blessed guidance reading. And this reading is for Libras today, July 7th, 2026. Yes, and I'm going to pull a card for my Libras. Are y'all ready? Ooh, so you got the Magician in the upright Libra. Ooh, this is the beginning of projects and creative endeavors. This is action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, and creativity. Yes, Libras, the Magician is a season of becoming. Libra, you are often associated with balance, harmony, and seeing every side of a situation. The Magician enters your reading not to ask you to choose between opposites, but to show you that you are already possess the tools that's needed to create something new. You know, the image of the Magician kind of shows one hand pointing towards the heavens and the other, the other hand, like pointing towards the earth. And this kind of symbolizes bringing ideas into reality. Inspiration really becomes action, and your potential becomes form, which actually creates things and makes it real. So, honestly, stop asking whether you're ready and begin acting as though you already are. You know, the energy around you, for some time, your energy may have been like scattered and stuff like that, Libra. Not because you lack intelligence or motivation, but because you've been considering too many outcomes, Libra. And like often, I know you want to make like the perfect decision, Libra, but the Magician card says there's no decision. There's no perfect, right. You're not going to always know everything. But this card suggests that you spent enough time gathering knowledge and you read, watched, questioned, and planned and imagined, honestly. So now the lesson changes. Knowledge without action becomes hesitation, and then there's no point. So action transforms knowledge into wisdom. Libra, your hidden strength, you may be underestimating you might underestimate how much you influence other people, like in life. People notice your calmness, they notice your fairness, they notice the way you naturally create peace in certain situations that's very tense. But the Magician points to another ability you've been ignoring, Libra. You could inspire people to like literally believe in their own vision. Your words carry more weight than you really think, Libra, and it's really inspirational. Someone quietly been watching you and how you move through things and challenges and stuff like that. Your confidence or your doubt will affect them, so be careful. The thing that might need to end for you, Libra, is like this card is really the Magician. It just asks you to release several habits. You gotta stop like waiting for permission. You don't need to ask nobody for shit. You don't gotta get a yes. You feel me? You do what you want. Also, believing everyone must agree before you begin, because fuck them. You don't gotta do it because they agree, or not do it because you agree with it, not because if because a lot of people, they, even if they do agree with it in their head, they're gonna tell you they don't, just to make you feel some type of way. That's just how people are. But just make sure you agree with it before some other person, fuck their clarification. You don't have to, I it's hard to explain sometimes. I feel like I don't know how else to explain that. Also, what needs to end is like thinking your talents need another certificate or another year of preparation. Libra, y'all good. Like, come on, y'all know what y'all doing for real. Y'all been doing the dirty work. Y'all been doing everything. You feel me? Ain't no way. You feel me? You don't need nothing else. You good. Y'all Libras, y'all on your shit. You feel me? You good. And honestly, another thing is explaining your dreams before you live them, because people are out here and they don't give a fuck. They don't want to see people happy. So once you start telling people what you really want to do, that's when they start trying to make you feel some type of way about it or something like that. You got to keep that to yourself. Keep it private. And if you don't, you feel me? you're going to see the difference between when you tell people things. And even if you do tell people things, don't tell them the things that you really care about. Tell them things that just, mediocre, like that don't really matter, stuff like that, because people are devious and honestly not out here for good intentions all the time. So even if you think because your goal or whatever is really good and is for good intention, just because you're telling somebody that doesn't mean they think it is good or they're putting good intention on it. By you telling them, it's kind of affecting your dream because that's what you want, not what they want. You feel me? Hey. And yeah. So not everyone will understand your next chapter, and they don't need to. No, they don't. And for relationships, in love and friendship, the magician shifts the attention from finding the perfect person to becoming more intentional on how you connect with people. If you're single, this card suggests someone may be drawn less to appearance or status and more to your authenticity and confidence. If you're in a relationship, communication becomes a powerful tool. Conversations you avoided may become opportunities for deeper understanding if approached honestly and clearly. Rather than asking, do they understand me? Consider asking, have I expressed what I truly mean? So your partner knows. You know? That's it. And that's why I got for love. I don't want deep into love like that because we about that business. This is a Libra reading. I already know. So we here, let me see. I got career and purpose. Honestly, this is one of the strongest career cards in the tarot. It doesn't mean a promotion tomorrow, but it does mean your abilities are ready to be used more fully. You may find yourself starting a creative project, learning a skill that quickly opens new doors for you, leading instead of following. Also building something independently because that's Libra. Yep, that's how they be. Seeing opportunities where you previously saw obstacles. Now the things that you thought was so hard might just become so much easier, or you might understand it more clearly at this time. And the magician reminds you that success often begins before anyone else recognizes it, and that's good because they don't need to recognize it. Only the right people gonna recognize it anyway. So, that's okay. So, and honestly, it starts in the moment that you recognize it in yourself, Libra. For finances, Libra, the energy here is less about luck and more about resourcefulness. Rather than asking, how do I get more? The question becomes, how do I make better use of what I already have? Honestly, like a skill, a connection, time, creativity, experience. There may be overlooked resources already within reach, and you already got what you need. You're just not looking in the right places. So don't, you know what I mean? Don't get don't get sad or whatever, because things will get better anyways, no matter what. In your inner world, it it seems like you've been changing quietly. Like others may still see the version of you they met years ago, but internally something really shifted in you, Libra, and perhaps you stopped trying to please everybody, and you really beginning to define success on your own terms, not by what everybody else feel like, because this world, just create narratives, stuff like that. So yeah, perhaps you're realizing that balance doesn't always mean giving equal energy to everything, and it can mean giving the right energy to what matters most. You don't have to, just because someone yell at you, you don't have to yell at them back, or stuff like that. So you know what to do. And honestly, this magician card celebrates the shift, so that's really good for you, Libra. I'm proud. The challenges, honestly, the shadow side of the magician isn't a lack of ability, it's a distraction. So just try not to get distracted. Like doing so many things and then don't do none of them because you're so tired from doing everything. You don't want to do that. So try to just like start one by one, do certain things at a time. Don't do everything at once because you're gonna get overly stimulated and tired out. So yeah, honestly, you really gotta just believe inspiration is enough. Yeah, pretty much. And this card encourages discipline, creativity, and your gifts become powerful when they're focused. Choose one a really good direction you want to go in, and keep showing up for it, for that one thing you want to keep going in. And I feel like uh you should tell yourself, like, I don't know, maybe you should tell yourself better things so you can feel better, like, you can't say I wish I know more. You should say, like, I wish I trusted myself sooner. Like, you gotta shift what you say and what you speak out into existence, because that can affect a lot of stuff. And that future version of you already knows something your present self is still learning. So the fear never completely disappears, and action simply becomes louder than fear once you start moving around and doing what you gotta do, Libra. For real, for real. Some signs to notice is, over the coming weeks, you might pay attention to the moments that seem to invite you forward, such as like repeated opportunities to use a talent you've neglected. So, tap into what you know how to do, Libra. It could be conversations that spark a new idea. Make sure tap into that. Make sure you listening, take in all the information you can, because you can learn something new every day. Okay. You should be feeling energized rather than drained by a certain project, so like, if you feel drained after doing something, I wouldn't even recommend doing it again, because you're gonna keep feeling drained, and then you're gonna be drained, just keep being drained and stuff like that. So and yeah, whether or not you view these as signs, they could be useful to reflect where your energy naturally wants to go. And yeah, pretty much the magician doesn't promise like an effortless path, but like it offers something more valuable. The reminder that transformation often begins the moment you recognize your own self-worth. Libra, your gift isn't simply balance. Your ability to bring people and ideas and possibilities together in ways that create something greater than individual parts. The question this card leaves you with is not, do I have what it takes? It's, what am I going to do to create with what I already have? You got to see what you got to do. Okay, Libra? So that's what I got for you today. Thank you for the watch, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.